guys, so welcome back to Lex Reads. So in today's video, you guys are going to be hanging out with me on this Sunday. I showed you guys my routine like during the weekday. It's always usually the same. And I want to show you guys my reading, my whole, routine. Sunday is just like everybody says, a reset. I do my meal preps, kind of just get the house together and get caught up on some reading. Usually this is where I watch a lot of TV. Movies. Y'all know I am a fan of movies. I like movies better than TV shows. And in the, I don't want to say spirit, but because it's October, I have been reading some thrillers. Well, one thriller so far. And I have been watching some movies that are thrillers. Now, I've discovered I like, I can take, let's say, I can take thrillers better than like horror films. I can't take that. I can't even take Chucky. Thrillers I can kind of take. But last week I watched a movie called In Secret. It's with Jessica Lynch and Elizabeth Olsen. That's Mary Kate and Ashley Olsen's little sister. Y'all, it was so good. And it's actually based off of a book from Zola. It's about a woman. She was an orphan in a loveless marriage. They moved to Paris with her mother-in-law. Well, actually, that's her aunt. And she marries her cousin. He's always been like sickly and just he can't really get he real lame, he chatty, right? And the mother is very, overbearing, and because he was sickly, she just hovers over him, right? So they moved to Paris. Girl, she starts to have a little fling with his best friend, and yeah, it was so good. There is another movie that's kind of like that. It's called, I was going through my Prime video, and it's called Lady Macbeth. I want to watch that today. It kind of has a similar vibe to it. I can take stories like, that. I could take a little bit of kidnapping. If it's kids, no. And even with the kidnapping, it my nerves get too bad. And I don't really enjoy it because I'm like, oh Lord, like when you're gonna find this girl or guy. And again, my nerves get too bad. I just don't like stuff like that. One thing I cannot stand, when you see like when a person in the movie, when they get really angry and they start breaking dishes or like tearing up a room or stuff. Oh, I hate that with a passion, because I think, first of all them dishes and stuff that you have wasted, and then I think, who gonna clean that up? I'm like, girl, this is a movie. These not real people. You know what I mean? But like, that just gets me. And they just tear up a room and stuff. It's like, oh my gosh, just yell. You know what I mean? Scream, curse, but don't tear up the place. But yeah, that's one movie I want to watch today. But yeah, it's gonna be a real chill, Sunday. I went to the gym already. Went to church already. That's why I got this hat on, cause girl, these edges need to be done. Yeah, guys, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and let's get this Sunday going. Okay, you guys, so I am going to attempt to do this cabbage boil again. If you guys have seen this on TikTok, it's like a viral cabbage boil. And as you guys know, recently I have been into seafood boils, and for a person that's not really big on seafood, I don't know how, well, I know how I got a kick on it. Of course, I was seeing all like the mukbangs and stuff like that, and I was like, you know what, I do want to try a seafood boil. And went with my sister and been hooked ever since. I did try the one at Red Lobster several times, and I actually, do like it. I would just say it's very, very salty. I have gotten, when I do get it, I always get the Cajun like seasoning, because that butter sauce, that is basically just butter. And I did it last week, but just like Red Lobster, it was a little bit too salty. But I think I had some leftover like cabbage boil seasoning, that's salty. And then I think I put a little bit too much of this Old Bay. Yeah, because the Old Bay has 140 grams of sodium. I'm gonna hold off on this because it was this I put on there, so I'm gonna hold off on that. I'm gonna show you guys. So first you get a cabbage, obviously, and you have to cut the inside, like carve it or whatever. Let me wash this off. Also, what I'm gonna do is, I saw on TikTok the girls were like puncturing holes so all of the flavor can get like everywhere. You gotta be careful with this, because Lord, let me get a smaller knife. The most difficult part was actually carving the inside like that. Y'all, that was a task. But the trick is to use a really big knife like that one I had. I put my oven at 400. I have an electric one oven, so it cooks very fast. I'm actually going to turn that down to at least about 375. And it has to cook for 2 hours, so it's not a quick meal. Some girls cook it for an hour and 30 minutes. But I want it to be like very, very, very tender, like almost melting. Okay, first they say put oil. Drench it in oil. You can use any type. I'm using avocado oil. Trying to go healthy, y'all. And you can put the seasoning. I'm gonna put first this Old Bay. Not go too much. I have this salt-free lemon pepper. This is from Target. It's really good. I like to also put this on my salmon. Pepper. Add crushed peppers. Make sure you get the inside too. Garlic powder. Oh Lord. Let me do some onion powder. Paprika. I have some minced garlic. Should I put this? Yeah, I'm gonna put this minced garlic. So let me just put it in some areas. Then I'm gonna put a teaspoon of butter. You put that inside. Okay. And I think one more time I'm going to puncture this. Again, I just want this to... And then one last thing I'm gonna do is add a little bit of water. And when it is like cooking and stuff, halfway you can check it. And I've seen some people also put a little bit more water in there. I gotta put some more foil, because another key they said is to make sure this is covered all the way. Alrighty, I'll put this in the oven. I want to show you guys what I am reading. So, like I told you guys, in honor of Halloween, I am reading the L.S. Stratton, the new book that just came out last month. It is this. The publisher sent it to me last month. So far, I do like it. I'm on page 43. I'm early. It is moving fast. You have a young woman named Nicole. Nicole works for a Fortune 500 company. Her boss is horrible. He's a white boy that his mom owned the company, and he's basically like a nepo baby. His mom owned the company. Something happens, and he starts to, run it. And he's young. He don't know what he's doing. He just does off stuff. I mean, one scene, this girl had to basically pay a prostitute um because he forgot his wallet or something like that. He only had a card on him, and she had to bail him out. Like, he do stupid stuff like that, right? It's not a spoiler because it says at the back of the book. He has like this big celebration, birthday party, and everyone is murdered except her. And then a year later, a production company, they want to tell her story and make it into a Hollywood film. But in the midst of it, it's kind of like, girl that is playing her, she's white. And like just the characters and things of that nature, like in the script, she's kind of like, this is not what you guys said you were gonna do, and so yeah. But I think that part I really don't care about, like the little feature film. um I want to know who killed him, how it happened, and just the secrets and the lies. That's what I like about the thrillers. This little part of the film, the feature film, I think that could have just kind of, I don't even think she needed to put that in there. That is what I am reading this one. And then I am reading also on my Kindle, which y'all, I broke my thing yesterday. I am so bummed. This thing, this pop star could cost me $16. And I was being real lazy yesterday. Y'all, no shame in my game. Um, I did laundry yesterday. Well, I washed my bedding yesterday, and instead of putting the bedding on the bed, I didn't, and I wasn't gonna sleep on a bare mattress, so I just slept on my couch. That's how lazy I was yesterday. And I was reading, and then I fell asleep, and I guess this fell on the floor, and I knew it was on the floor, but I didn't pick it up. And I think I went and I remember turning off the heat because y'all I gotta put on heat now. And I must have stepped under something and went back. And this morning I was very angry with myself because I still can use it like this, but yeah, I'm just gonna have to bite the bullet and spend another $16 because I really do like this a lot. But I'm reading Malachi. Is it Malachi? Yeah, the Berkeley Breed series. It's okay. It got a little magical realism that I'm just like, like this girl's never met him before, and the first time she sees him she knows like his name, and he's like he's never told her name or anything like that. And then she knows his wife's name, and he's never told her that. And it's just like some little, some again, some like magical type of thing that's happening that I'm just not really into. Um, but I still am enjoying it, I would say. You have a young man, something tragic happened in his life, and he's raising his daughter. His daughter is very, very smart. She's 2 years old. I mean, this girl can speak Spanish. She knows everything, right? And he hires a tutor for her. But he's very standoffish, very mean, rigid, but there's a reason why he's like that. And then is it Ari? She has been in a very bad accident, was in a coma for a year. She was a teacher, and she sees that, he needs help. First day he met her, he described, he said she has like cheap perfume on, and he tells her, "You smell horrible. You stink." Or no, actually he says something. He says, "You smell like," I'm like, seriously? And the way that he just talking to her and she just kind of taking it, no, ma'am. But so far, like I said, I am liking it. It's just the magical realism is um, kind of not bothering me, but she could have done without that. And then I did get our book club pick for Lex Reads for this month. It is Coleman Hill. I ended up getting it from the library. This is a debut author, and Sarah Jessica Parker, you guys know the actress Sarah Jessica Parker, Sex and the City, Carrie. She has a publishing company, and she published this book, I want to say last year. This is a family saga. It was published in 2023. Um, I saw on Goodreads, someone said if you like Pachinko and if you like the love songs of W. Du Bois, you'll probably like this. I have Pachinko by Ming Lee something. Ming Lee. No, Ming Jing Lee. I have Pachinko, haven't read it, but there is a series on Apple. I did watch the series, even though they say like the series takes, they say like the book obviously has way more in the series, didn't cover everything, even though I know it was like a second season, which I need to watch that. But I did like that. It's a family saga. I also have I also have the love songs of W. Du Bois. Have not read it. And I know people raved over that book. That actually was an Oprah Book Club pick. Not that that matters, because no shade, love Oprah, but some of her picks, a lot of her picks don't do nothing for me. But I thought that was interesting because people did rave over those books. But I was watching a review of Comfy Cozy Up Peta when she read this book last year, and she was like she didn't really like it. She said that she just wanted more, and she knew, and she wanted to like it, wanted to enjoy it, but she just said it was all over the place. She did say the beginning was really good, and it kind of gave you a Mary Monroe type of feel in the beginning, which I love. Mary Monroe, that's the author back in the day. She was just like, it was all over the place. You know what I mean? And that towards the end, they were trying to wheel it together. It's the early days of the Great Migration. The two families, they live in the South, and they're like, you know what, we're going to go to the North. We're going to go to New Jersey, and it's not all what it's cracked up to be. And when they get there, their husbands, both of their husbands end up passing, so they have to raise their children. And then their children, get intertwined with each other. They get married, but something like horrible happens, and the families like blame each other. So yeah. But I did know the author said that this is kind of based on her family. And then she also said how she came up with this book is she had a picture. She was like, I wanted to write a story based on this picture. So yeah, those are the three books that I'm focusing on. I told you guys I like to focus on three books. It was something else I want to tell you guys about. Oh, I remember when I did the Black Girl Reads, like the classic literature, gave you guys 4 picks of some classic books that is well known. And the overall vote was Frankenstein. Y'all. Started it, and I think I got to, oh Lord, not halfway through the book, but a good amount. It was over 100 and some pages. I'm sorry, y'all, I can't do that. You guys know how I like to do the Black Girl Reads, and I'll, do you guys will see my whole reaction reading, the book from beginning to end, and I include spoilers and all that. I'm gonna have to pick another. I did not realize Frankenstein was that boring. Oh Jesus, I did not realize. I did get to the point where obviously he built Frankenstein and he was scared to death and left his house. That's the part where I got to. Mm-mm. Oh my gosh, yeah, no. So we're not doing Frankenstein, but it looks like I'm in the mood to read a classic. Now I did do a video of like classic books. I'll put it down below that have the drama in their tea. Because I told you guys, a lot of times with classics, it's laborious to me. That's one reason why I just do not read a lot of classics, okay? And the typical classics that everybody be talking about and raving about, no. That's why I was very surprised that I really enjoyed Jane Eyre. Oh, I enjoyed that so much. And I enjoyed Anna Karenina. But again, those got a lot of drama. It got a lot of tea. It's a lot of messiness. So that's why I liked it. I like stories like that. I honestly do. Don't like it in my real life, but I like stories like that. And with classics, it has to have something with a little oomph because it can just be so boring. And I notice a lot of the books that I have read that are classics, it's that drama. It's like the Scarlet Letter. Ends up sleeping with a person out of wedlock, has a baby out of wedlock. She gets ostracized. Drama. You want to know what's going to happen. Anna Karenina, she has an affair, has a baby. You want to know what's going to happen. Jane Eyre, she's an orphan. They treat her so mean. Everywhere she goes, she has just a hard time. Then she meets Mr. Rochester. He's very intriguing. He has some little secrets and stuff like that. You want to know what's going on with him. Why does he act the way he acts? Lady Chatterley's lover. A loveless marriage. She marries him, then all of a sudden he goes to war. He gets paralyzed from the waist down. She's a sexual being. She wants to explore her sexuality. She does. Consequences happen. You see the repetition, right? Okay. That's the stories that I like. I need to actually watch that video that I did talking about that. I love that concept of, you guys going through the motions with me while I read the whole classic from beginning to end. So yeah, I gotta see which one that I want to read. I'm gonna do some research later, but I am talking right now. What I'm gonna do is what I want to do. I want to start that movie, and I also do have to load a laundry that I need to do. So, yeah. Girl, he looks a mess. Ooh, Okay, guys. So here is the cabbage boil. It has been out of the oven for a little bit, but as you can see, look. Oh, it is so nice. See how it's just like falling off? That's what I wanted it to do. And because like the holes were punctured, it's all in the cabbage. But yeah, this is how it is looking. I'm gonna do some salmon too. Okay, you guys, so I am done with my dinner. I want to show you. So I told you guys I was doing my salmon. So I just baked it basically with the same season, except basically with the same seasonings, except I didn't use obey. Because yeah, and also I like to do lemon juice on my salmon. But let's get into this cabbage. This is what I'm really excited about. All right, first let me pray. Okay, let's see. Okay. It's definitely better than my last one. I would say though. It's not as salty, but it's still got a little salty taste. It's bearable. I would rate it I rate it about an 8. I think I'm gonna have to use a little bit less of the obey again, but I'm gonna get this until I perfect it. But I like this. I mean again, 8 out of 10, that's good. That's a B. I can take that. You guys, real quick, let me tell you about this movie. So, just finished it. If you watch this movie, it's gonna make you angry. And it's like it's a cliffhanger, but at the same time, you know what's gonna happen. And yeah, it is based on a novel. I'm about to look it up now. I believe that author is Russian. But and this movie is old. This movie is 2016. Actually, the lady that plays in Bridgerton, the Queen Charlotte, she's in this. She really got popular in 2020, so this is before, people really knew her. Girl, it's like any means necessary, I'm going to be with this man. And she and him, they do up some stuff. Just a lot of unnecessary drama. But it was good. I would highly recommend it. I really have been watching lately. I've been watching a lot of stuff on Prime. Prime has some really good movies. I got to give it to them, and they have a lot of old Hollywood movies. If you guys are into that, I'm really into that. When I was in my 20s, I was obsessed with it. I actually just watched. Well, I didn't watch it on Prime, but I watched it on YouTube. The Fall of the House of Usher, which girl, it was it wasn't scary because like 40s, 50s, early 60s, they're like horror films or thrillers, not really scary. It gets like the late 60s and 70s, that's when they actually get like demonic. You know what I mean? Like, devil worshiping and all that. I can't do that. And exorcism and all that, or yeah. I stop at the mid fifth. I stop at the mid 60s. The concept of the story that makes it so scary. If you know anything about House of Usher, it's Edgar Allan Poe. Um, and oh, how do you even? I'm trying to see how do I describe that without telling it. I don't even know. I gotta think on that. Y'all look it up on Wikipedia or Goodreads because I'll just tell all the tea. But uh, yeah, it's a lot. Again, the concept is a lot. I'm not a really big fan of Edgar Allan Poe because then again, he does that horror stuff. I've read also that's a short story. I've read that, and I mean, it wasn't my cup of tea. I just wanted to read it. But Poe don't really do nothing for me. But let me stop yapping. Let me eat my dinner. And I do need to get some reading in. I got into this. I told you guys I wanted to start it. And I read the prologue. It's also an interlude. And then now I'm on, I believe, the first chapter. It's called Family Tree Mother. So far, I mean, this is only what I think I only got to page 16. But so far it's looking promising. I'm going to be reading some more tonight before going to bed. I actually need to kind of clean up in here a little bit. It's not too bad. My desk looks horrible. But that's not gonna take any time really, because I just gotta put stuff back. I also need to put up this picture. I bought this some time ago and never put it up. I got it from Burlington for only like $8. I thought clearly was fitting in this room because it's pink, and I like it because it has a scripture. It says, "You are the light of the world." That's Matthew 5:11, and it's light pink, of course, and it's something with some scripture. I have up here, I have something, I don't think you guys can see it, but it's every good and perfect gift comes from above. That's James 1:17, I believe. I wanted something else, but I don't know where to put this. And again, well, you know what? I actually can put it maybe over here. Let me show you guys. So where she is, I can possibly put it right here. Let's see how this looks. Yeah, I could possibly put it right there. I don't know yet, because this is like my little gallery wall, obviously, as you guys can see. And yeah, you know what, I do want to put that. I might put that up there. I'll do that another time because I really don't feel like doing that right now, because I'm gonna have to get some nails and I gotta anchor it right, and yeah. But I will put this up eventually. I'm just gonna put it right here for now. But yeah, guys, this is basically it for Sunday. I am going to take my shower. I need to fold some clothing. And also too, I still need to put the bedding on. Lord. I got everything done. Very productive Sunday. My meal prep already done. Halfway clean the kitchen and got to just finish up wiping the counters. But all the dishes are in the dishwasher. Also, I watched me a movie. Already did the hair. Got it pin curled. So yeah, I did what I was supposed to do. Thank you for spending this Sunday with me. And that's all I have for you guys. I'll be back with more Black Books.